EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us in downtown New Orleans at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take...
Head up, 10 logo. Watch the run. Ready?
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Call it no gain on the game's first play, and it's second down now.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
Ready?
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10. Operating from the gun, McMillan looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans.
Ready, break.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10. From the gun, McMillan. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
Break. Get it.
Throwing on first down. McMillan out of the backfield. That's complete to Kamara. Give him 8 on the play. And that'll make it second down. Facing a second and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards.
Hey, Delta. Go.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 37.
Okay, I'm not so great at math, but I just looked over at our statistician, Marvin, and he signaled to me 5 for 5 to get things started here on this opening drive. Where I come from, that's pretty good.
That is pretty good. Now, what do you do defensively to adjust?
Well, this is where you got to make a decision as a defensive coordinator. Do you really get after the quarterback, or maybe you tighten down on the receivers, bump them off of their routes, chip away at their timing so things aren't as precise as they've been so far in this game?
Now a chance to make that encroachment penalty really hurt. First and 5. Operating from the gun, McMillan. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and it'll make it a second down. Defensively, they better figure something out. Opening drive, he already has 4 catches.
And if you have to figure out how to stop him defensively, that usually means you weaken your defense. That means that now the offense is doing the dictating, and they should have other things open up as well.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
Ready? 30 base. Ain't no such thing as a look. Bang, bang. Bang, 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 bang. Look, squeeze. Fight.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. And the ball situated at the 9, 2nd and goal. 2nd and 9 now. This will be caught at about the 5. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? From the gun, McMillan toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th.
Jim. Quick the edge. Come.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he will be brought down well shy of the goal line. Kamara on 4th and goal, unable to get in. And on the opening drive of the ball game, the defense comes up with a goal line stand.
You ready? 22's coming, Mike. Let's go. Ready?
The LSU man, Leonard Fournette, born right here in New Orleans. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
Down. 60 Pittsburgh. Smooth. Run you over. Like 22's coming, Mike. Go. Dude.
Back to throw now in his own end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And able to get a little more breathing room out to the 5-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. Here's Matt Hawk now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Nice move at the 40. And now running right through it. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here, 1st and 10. And taking a gander at the NFL scoreboard in Minneapolis. Early on, it's the Vikings in the driver's seat. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here.
Ready. 22's coming, Mike. Let's go. Get it.
A quick throw. It's Arcega-Whiteside. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. McMillan gets it off to Freeman. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
6-6, pull it high. Check hot route, hot.
2nd and 4. He's got Freeman here. It's complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. Give him 18 there, and the Saints have a first down.
Ready? 10 logo. You ain't going nowhere. Hey, high 7.
On first down, McMillan looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll be a 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 8. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals, and if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well. I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this 2nd down call after that type of a game.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Check.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field.
22. Go.
They'll look to throw here. And that will be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. Pushing him away.
Popped it right out there.
That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? In on the stop, Vernon Hargreaves.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
I got you, son. Whip. Watch the whip. Hey, switch. Go out. Crunch.
And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Set, ready, 50, plant.
50 seconds to Mike. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
Ready.
Now this time he'll look to throw. He'll let it go deep for Freeman. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Thought they were going to force a 4th down. Instead, P.I. gives him the first.
And that's frustrating because you think you've taken them really deep into the count, haven't you? Instead, you've got to start all over. That can really, really be demoralizing.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Looking to throw. McMillan. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. To throw again, McMillan. And he's got it. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A 16-yard touchdown as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. They went empty backfield, all their weapons out wide, so there really was no secret here to what they were going to do.
No secret, but they still had to execute it, and they still had to protect the guy throwing the ball because oftentimes when you empty the backfield, people bring pressure at you. They managed to hold in there and successfully complete the touchdown pass.
The extra point up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded about a yard deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. This is their third drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. They go play action here on first down. He's going deep for Brown. And this is caught inside the 5. A big play there for KC. 58 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Give the sack to David Onyemata, the product of Nigeria by way of Canada.
You can't stop me.
Now from the 9, here's second and goal. Back to throw. Flushed out right. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. A 9-yard touchdown grab as they are now on the board here in the first half. So he scrambled right but was able to look back toward the middle of the end zone to find the target.
As you know, in this game, sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules, because we all know most guys throwing the football are taught never throw back into the middle of the field on a scramble. He did it and got away with it for a touchdown.
Instinct sometimes, right? They just take over.
Instinct and vision. Sometimes you just see people who are open, you're able to get it to them.
And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And we're under a minute to go here. What's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. Couple completions, you string them together. Could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want to see me.
Throwing again. McMillan. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara, 79 yards. And the Saints have taken the lead. Well, that's a heck of a response to regain the lead after we had seen the touchdown to tie the game.
I would say what we just saw there was a great amount of poise, because typically when teams tie the game up, it's a little bit of a, how would you say, you kind of take a step back and have to get yourself regrouped. They regrouped in a hurry, didn't they? They attacked back after they'd been tied.
And in a big way, that was a statement-long touchdown. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
First down, Kansas City.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Hey, Charlie. Look at me. Zipper.
He'll drop to throw. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
Ready. 22. You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing. Ready.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Marquise Brown was the intended target, and it's 3rd and short.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. The quick slant caught. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. They come up in an offset eye. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They'll throw now on the final play. And Brown's got it. Touchdown, Kansas City. Marquise Brown in the final seconds of the first half, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Point after, right down the middle. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a time ball game here heading to break. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
The Chiefs' offense about set to begin this drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
And here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You're probably prepared for maybe some change-ups.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sheldon Rankins in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done.
Bravo. Hey.
Looking to throw. Eluding the pressure right. He's going deep for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
They'll look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. And this third down looking very tough after the holding penalty. Third and long.
218, chop. 5.
Back to throw here. He's going deep for Brown. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. From the gun, McMillan. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jones. The 20, 10, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So a pick 6 there out of the nickel package. They went with 5 DBs.
Almost becoming the base package in the NFL is the nickel. Hard to throw against. That was demonstrated one more time. A pick 6 going the other way.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 21-14. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. McMillan. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. It'll be a gain of 9, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can...
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Josh Jones. Then he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. This will be caught by Brown. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there, 21 yards. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. David Onyemata picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
There's a little bit of defense right there. Nickel set, 5 defensive backs. They just snuffed out every route that was going. Quarterback never got rid of the football.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. 2nd and 15. Open man is Samuel, complete. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
They'll
go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. David Onyemata able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his third sack of the afternoon. Now Harrison Butker for the field goal try. This from 44 yards away. Butker's kick here is good. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So he splits the uprights and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They're down now 24-14. Work to do as they come up on a 1st and 10. Open man is Arcega-Whiteside. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Recon, 132 fighter. Fire.
Operating from the gun. McMillan out of the backfield. That's complete to Kamara. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 6 yards on the pickup, and it's a 2nd down. Back to throw. McMillan going up top. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong football.
Like that.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 14 yards is the pickup, 1st down New Orleans. So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. McMillan. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Back to throw. McMillan. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Saints who hold the football, but they're trailing as we begin the 4th quarter of play. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. On 4th down, McMillan. He'll let it go deep for Freeman. And that is incomplete. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Mike 22, Mike 22. Go.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going deep for Brown. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. And it's blocked. The Saints have got it. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. He's at the 40, past the 20. And he takes it the distance across the goal line for 2 points. Well, let's see now, Charles. That's 7 turnovers between last week and this week. 3 here in this game, 4 in last week's game.
You know I do my research, right? And I go all the way back to the best coaches that have ever been in this game. And all of them started with ball security in some form or another, understanding that taking care of the ball was the key to winning games. They can't believe what they're seeing right now because they spend all this time on it with the fundamentals, taking care of it, tucking it away, and they're not doing it.
The face mask moves them all the way out past the 40 now for first down. They'll try the left side. It's Evans, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. From the gun, McMillan. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He finds his target. It's Evans. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
On the ball.
On 4th down, McMillan. Throw left side complete. It's Ellis. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. 2nd and 3. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. The Saints on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. Operating from the gun, McMillan. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down.
High 7.
Max 50, Max 50. I got one.
2.
On fourth down, McMillan. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on fourth down.
Time up. Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
They'll run on first down. It's Evans. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Ready? 94.
Yeah, baby.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up second and 2 at the 13.
Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
6-6. Pull it high.
3, check 3. Check. SOS.
Hey, Sam off.
SOS.
Get it.
They'll keep it on the ground. Evans. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with third down looming. They'll run it now out of the gun. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. The offense staying out there. They're at 50%, 2 for 4 thus far in the game. What can they do here on fourth down? On fourth down, McMillan. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. Now a timeout called for by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Come on, set. 30 base.
This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. From 4 yards out, as his guys are back within a single score. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And this one now not quite over yet. Still 2 timeouts remaining defensively. And boy, having that 3rd timeout would have really helped here.
And another example of why coaches really stress saving your timeouts for when you absolutely have to have them. They go over this all the time. Here's one of those situations.
following the pickup of 4. Here's 2nd and 6.
Watch the safety creep.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And they give this time to the tailback. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. Got to figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up 2nd and 13.
218, chop it.
A shotgun give to Fournette. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
Hey, exit.
94 is the mark. 94 is the mark.
Look at me. Go, go.
Alert 3.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going deep for Brown. This is caught. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Marquise Brown, 40 yards. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory. 3
touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. So we had action to the very end of this one. The score on the final play that they didn't need to have. They didn't just run out the clock, though. They added to their final total.
Played it all the way to the end. And, you know, some coaches preach that and tell their teams, that's what I want all the time. And they feel like if they don't do it themselves, they're not living up to the message that they're sending out.
So for Kansas City, they move back over 500 now at 4-3. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Saints, it's yet another loss as they've started out now 0-7. And they'll get an extra week to think about it as the midseason bye might be coming at just the right time. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.